What's up, passionate Pokemon players? I'm Brian, and we're here for another episode of the Hawks Pokemon Nest. And we're going to get into some more of my top 5 list of Pokemon today. We're going to do the top 5 from Generation 3. This is the first generation where, admittedly, I had already, as a kid, not been following it super closely. But I still know a lot of them. I still like them. And I've learned, obviously, about them as I've gotten back into Pokemon. So, we'll go from there. So we're going to get into them, and definitely unbiased list. Very, very scientifically come up with. So let's do this. Now let's get it going. We've got the top 5 from Generation 3 and a starter 2. So which one will it be? We're about to find out. All right, number 5 is going to be Metagross. Why Metagross? I mean, it's a spider, and people are afraid of spiders, or at least it comes off as one. I mean, it's really not. But this bad boy's a spider. I mean, look at him. He's a giant metal spider. Okay. And then he has 4 brains. I was looking that up. I don't know if each one is in one of its legs or something, but apparently this bad boy's got 4 brains. Super smart. So he can really help me get out of any bind. If I'm thinking I get stuck somewhere, I get lost, I could probably just look up the answer to anything better than any smartphone. Just throw my smartphone away. Pokemon trainers, waste of time. Okay, and honestly, too, I mean, look at him. He kind of looks like a villain, and every party needs a villain. He looks like a villain. He'll scare people away. So good stuff on there. So that's why Metagross comes in at number 5. Next up, Slacking. Okay, Slacking helps us to slow down. Pokemon trainers are go, 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 always wanting to get to the next town, to get the next gym badge, and Slacking is like, buddy, come on, man, we gotta take a little nap right here for a little bit. So Slacking, just slow it down a little bit, like calm down, make sure you get your rest, so that we can be at our best. Rest for best. And so that's where Slacking's at, right? And then this one I'm like Truant. So in the games he's got that's what he does. He can only attack every couple turns with Truant, but like, isn't he an adult? Like Truancy, I think of like as a kid, as a student, if you don't go to school, then you're considered truant. So I know what it means, but it's just a funny ability. And then also, like, he's cracking jokes while you rest is like the comic relief. I usually don't understand them because he's just like slacking. But my Pokemon do, and they really appreciate it. They really appreciate the jokes and the comic relief and all that good stuff. So you want to have somebody like that in your team. Now we've got Aggron. Now Aggron is Metagross's friend, to be honest. Like, he's like either he comes with me as another metal type, or I don't. And I really want Metagross in the party. And Aggron's pretty cool. Once he came around, I really like him. He kind of reminds me of like Tyranitar, but like a metal version. And I like metal music, so that's cool. He can ram through walls is another great thing about him. He's kind of like the juggernaut of Pokemon. And sometimes you need to get through walls. You get trapped in a specific dungeon or some type of place where you're searching for Pokemon. Something collapses, around you. This guy's just going to ram through the wall for you so that you can find a path. So you're never going to get trapped anywhere. So that's something I really appreciate about Aggron. And also he wakes up Slacking. Sometimes like, okay, Slacking, we get it. Like, we've rested long enough. This guy will just ram into him and wake him up when like at the very worst. And now we can continue with our journey. Okay. Sometimes we got to get going. And so Aggron, really valuable member to this party. Okay, now we've got Deoxys. Okay, I mean, first off, he's got wire arms and laser beams. These little arms are a little bit creepy. And I mean, just looking at him, it kind of freaks my opponents out. And you could shoot a laser beam from this little thing in his chest here. I actually looked that up and found it out, so that was pretty interesting. He's super spooky. I mean, this guy, like, he's not a Pokemon I want to have out without another Pokemon there, because I just feel like he's going to do something. Like, he's up to something. For my opponents, great. I want to scare them, but he even scares me. Very super spooky Pokemon. And then, like, are we sure this is even a Pokemon? Like, I have my doubts. Like, he'll go in the Pokeball, but I feel like it's only because he wants to. Like, he's in there, like, scheming something. I don't know. I mean, especially I wasn't sure just looking at it. I start looking it up, and you know, it's a cosmic Pokemon from space. So it's like, I'm pretty sure this dude's not a Pokemon. Like, it's a little freaky, but you know what? He's gonna help me out on my journey, so that's totally fine. Let's do it. And then we've got Rayquaza, okay? And I was always a person who thought it was Rayquaza. I don't know, just makes sense based on the spelling. Some people called it Rayquaza, and recently it was confirmed that Rayquaza is the pronunciation of this Pokemon. So why him? He keeps Deoxys in check. That's 100%. And this is funny because I noticed it happening when Rayquaza was in my party that, you know, sometimes he gets a little sketchy, tries to pull something, and then Rayquaza was putting him in check. Well, I look it up, and sure enough, that's what he does. You know, he lives in the ozone layer. He kind of protects the earth from all kinds of different stuff. So that's pretty cool. I mean, and he's older than dirt. I mean, this dude knows stuff. You know, he knows stuff. He recognizes people, places, and things, and kind of warns me when things are happening. I think it's just a super cool looking Pokemon. I'm a big Emerald fan. Just Emerald, like the it's my birthstone, you know. So that's what I mean. It's a pretty cool. It's a cool color too, as a little dragon dude. And then I needed a flying type too. I mean, how am I gonna fly around? Everybody needs a flying type to get around out here. I don't have surf, but whatever. That's fine. And that kind of gives away my last one, which is Trico. So our first non-fire starter Pokemon, we went with Trico, because honestly, like, he's the only reasonable looking starter. I don't know, like Mudkip and them are chill, but I don't know. I like this dude. He's cool. He keeps me grounded, you know, keeping me grounded as we're going through the journey. I've got, especially this party, like I'm calling it the oddballs. Like, there's just a lot of characters in this party, and they're kind of competing sometimes, you know, for attention and for what they want to do. And Trico's out here just kind of, you know, with his earthy vibes, just keeping me grounded out there, right? And then he eats bugs. You know, bugs are an underrated issue on your journey as a Pokemon trainer. You know, there's bugs, mosquitoes, stuff that's biting you all the time. A lot of times you got to sleep outside. You know, you go too long catching Pokemon. You don't make it to another town in time. You sleep outside. Sometimes you get bitten up. This dude will stay up, you know, sometimes all night if I need him to while I sleep, and just eat the bugs that try to get me. So that's really nice of him. So I really like Trico as a Pokemon. Alright, well, that's going to do it for this episode of the Hawks Pokemon Nest. Hope you enjoyed this top 5 Pokemon. We'll have the Gen 4. We're getting straight into it this coming Friday. So make sure to stay tuned for that as I continue on my journey of our top 5 Pokemon. The next one's going to be a cool one as well, because it's funny. That one, like, I had only 5 that I really like from that list that even like made the consideration. I mean, there's a lot I like, but like top 5, sometimes it's tough. I've got to kind of get a big list and then whittle it down. The next one was like, boom, easy. So check that one out for sure. If you like what you saw, make sure you hit that subscribe button and become part of the Hawk's Nest. We are a fearless flock of fabulous folks who love to do what we love. I love Pokemon, making these videos, very fun. So help me keep making them by hitting that subscribe button. So until then, though, we're going to see you next time.